Hello friends, Tanya here with a video for Trinity Stamps, and today we're going to be playing with this really cute little gnome. This is from the stamp set Bloom and Grow, and it features this adorable little gnome inside a watering can. There is a coordinating die set for all of the images and sentiments in this stamp set, and you can see here I colored our gnome and cut them out already. I also am using the brand new woven Mini-Slimline die, and I cut that out and then I trimmed the outer edge out. There's an embossed layer that an embossed line that I cut around, and then I took the largest of the stitched Mini-Slimline dies and I die cut a stitched craft colored cardstock, and I'm going to add a little bit of gold splatter here. I added a little glimmer paint here to my palette with some water, and I spattered it onto this cardstock because I wanted to add a little extra texture and detail to this piece that's going to go behind the woven die cut. That woven die cut was cut from some shimmery white cardstock, and I am going to adhere this craft colored one right to our card base, no extra dimension. We're going to add this piece to our card front. I'm going to glue the edge and use my favorite new method to apply glue to the fine detail, just dabbing it around. I was a little aggressive with the glue though still because I have some glue seepage through our die cut. So I'm going to dab off that glue with my fingers, and we'll put this heavyweight block to let that finish on top to help it finish drying. I did add some coaster blank scraps behind our images, and then I pulled out the modern embossed circle stack and cut out a circle that is roughly 2 3/4 inches wide. I wanted to put that behind our main image to add a little extra definition between our gnome and that woven background to help cut down on that busyness and help it stand out a little better. I did apply a little bit of glue behind the vellum, behind our main image, so it doesn't show through. And next we're going to work on the sentiment. There is a cute little thank you sentiment that would work perfectly for a Mother's Day card, I think. And we're going to stamp it on some craft cardstock, or what color did I use? I think I used the Onyx Black. I pulled out my embossing ink first, but then I decided I wanted to do it in black, so we're using the VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink, or it could be Onyx Black, either way, because I wanted to emboss this with some clear embossing powder just to give that some extra shine and dimension. We're going to, this is my favorite way to put the embossing powder back in. I just use a coffee filter, and it's the same coffee filter I've used for years. And we're going to use that coordinating die to die cut our sentiment. Just going to use my little sidekick here. You can use whatever die machine you would like. This will work in any of them. Cuts this out perfectly in that fun little bubble cut fashion. I really like that I don't have to fussy cut these. I'm also taking a piece of scrap white cardstock and running that through the die cut machine with the same die so I can add a little dimension. And I realize after I've adhered this that it's still not enough because our gnome is up on the coaster blank level of height, and that is more than the cardstock. So I decided to cut a really skinny strip of coaster blank to put behind this sentiment so it will be more even with our gnome image once we adhere this to the card front. I have that little flower still to adhere, but first we're going to add the sentiment, and that's going to kind of ground our image on this card front. I like that the crumb cake or craft or whatever color you want to call that, wheat, every company has its own name. It helps that be very cohesive with the entire design. We're going to add this extra little flower, and then we're going to pull out the Amber Glow Rhinestones. These have been getting a lot of play lately in my craft room. I am really loving these iridescent gems. There are so many colors, and I did get a full rainbow. I think there's some colors I don't have yet. I'm going to have to work on that. I'm just doing 3 groupings of 3 gems here with varying sizes, and I've been trying to use the largest of the gems in these mixes more often. I tend to gravitate towards the smallest of the gems, but these bigger ones are nice too. Then I decided I wanted to decorate the inside of the card with just a couple of flowers. So I went ahead, stamped, and colored these with Copic markers with the same method that I used to color the one that went on the front of the card. And now I'm going to die cut those to add to the inside of the card. Just going to add a little dab of glue in the upper and the lower corner. Use my pickup stick to help pick those up and place those on the card. There we go. There's our adorable little card. I did make a matching Mini-Slimline envelope, and there is a new Mini-Slimline envelope die in the shop that will be mailable. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please take a moment and do that now. And if you're interested in any of the products I used today, check that description box below. Until next time, here are a couple more videos we thought you might enjoy. Bye-bye.